Hey, good morning. It's Robert Davis back with you. It's 1:01 in the morning here, whatever time or day it is where you're at. I hope you're having a really good day and the start of a brand new week. So, uh, where I left you last time was with the absolute database application that we're working on. And I had to cut the tutorial short because the database file for some reason got locked up and I couldn't unlock it for love nor money. So anyway, I cut that short, but I promised to get back to you, and here I am. And what it turned out to be, after I contacted Component A's support, and they were helpful, but I had already tried what they suggested. So I had to figure out something else. The weird thing was the I had another absolute database application that I was working on, and it didn't have any problems like that. So I'm thinking, what's the difference? Long story short, it was my antivirus software. I used Norton 360, and that caused the problem. I disabled it, and the problem just went away. So you got to be careful sometimes, particularly in a development environment, is creating files, and particularly creating .exe files or bats or what have you. So let's go ahead and fire up Delphi, and we're going to get the little nag screen here. That's for the absolute database. It's just a nag screen that stays with it because this is a trial edition, and it comes on, but it's a fully functional database set of components. So there's that. Now here's the program we're working on, ABS example. And here we have it. One of the first things you may notice is that over here to the right of the 4 buttons, there's a missing button now. And that was the quit or the exit. I don't even recall what it was, but it was quit or exit. Well, I got thinking about it, and I thought, Microsoft and Windows they don't use quit buttons for the application. They use, and users use, this close box or the program icon right here. They both have close options on them. Well, this one doesn't even have an option. It fires the form close query right off, and you'll see what I mean. Let's run this and we'll talk about it. Here we go. If you go to the program icon and select close, you press Alt F4, it would just automatically close. Now we have this warning dialog, are you sure you want to quit? And if I don't want to, I can press cancel, and it will just go right back to where I was in the application, save my place and everything. But if I do want to close, click OK, and there, it closes. Same thing, because it's the exact same code running. Cancel, takes me back. OK, it quits like it should. So you just don't need the extra buttons on the forms for exiting the application. That's usually a menu option. You can program in a file menu option, a main menu option. Matter of fact, let me just go through how to do that. We'll go to the standard and pick main menu, and whoops, double click the main menu, and we'll just type, this is standard, and then we'll type exit. How's that? Yep. Let's see, I did that wrong. Exit. Now what happens? Well, double click on exit, and you get a file to click. I probably should have named that better, but you get that, and you can you could put the same code, but I'm going to call the form closed query event. So let me see how to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I did a little sleuthing, and here's what I came up with. We'll double click the main menu again, go to exit, double click that, whoop, and there's what we have. Get this out of the way, we don't need that. You declare a can close variable, which is a boolean. You can call it pretty much whatever you want, and you set it to true at the beginning, then call form closed query self can close, and if can close, this does this code down here. If can close, close the database and terminate the application. That'll give you a clean exit. Otherwise, it just takes you right back. So let's look at this run. Here we go. Well, exit, get the same code. I don't have to do the dialog box code all over again. Cancel takes you right back. Exit. Okay. Close the application. So there's that. So one of the things that I didn't show you was how fixing the antivirus problem alleviated this problem. So see, now I can add, delete, edit, refresh. So let's just add one. I'll try oops. And then you can post the edit just by clicking this checkbox. I'm not going to click checkbox though. I'm going to show you that scrolling to the next record commits the edit. So, or the add or whatever. And you can navigate the records. But there's Larry Bookhammer, an old friend of mine, and he's in the database. So if we go to close the application and then reopen it, navigate to the very end, there he is still. So it's saved to the database. Everything's good to go. Also, I don't know if you're aware of it, but you can also edit in the date grid. And you see this has an edit that hasn't been posted. Click that, it saves it. So we can go up here and it saves it. We can exit the application, restart, restart, go to the end. There is Larry O. Or you can do it here, whichever you prefer. Why is not my backspace working? Huh. That's weird. My backspace key's not working. Let me see if I close this and restart it. I'll be done. What's up with that? Try a different field. Nope, backspace key's not working. Let's try. Let's go up here to try the delete key. Okay, I've got to figure this out. Sorry guys, I'll be back. Bye. Okay, y'all are never gonna believe this, but it was probably too subtle to notice. But I clicked the run button twice, so there was already an application running, and then it ran this one from the design time also, and so the keys were like goofed up. Anyway, so you can see I closed that other application. You can see this, it works, and you can scroll off of it and it saves it. So there's that. Now, one of the things that is really important, and I'm a firm believer of, is if you're programming, doing some kind of development for an application that uses data, if you don't have a way to report it, that's kind of useless in my view. So what I'm going to do is take you through setting up a report for the data. Let's see, we're using these warning boxes and stuff. Let's clear the data, import data. It's an access database, and go to the desktop, family tree, there you go, and the file is not main file. I don't know why that ends up in there. It's a main table. Next. Looks all good. That is the primary key, so you double click that. F name is first name, L name is last name, email is email. Next, next, yes, that's fine. And a pin, there we have it. Now you see the records I added in the last iteration of that table, they're gone now because we're using a copy of the family tree database. So anyway, But if you can't get this information back out to the end user or their users, it's not worth the effort. So let's see how we do that. We'll close this. Okay. And we'll go to design mode. And we'll run down here to fast reports. And we need an FRX report and an FRX DB dataset. Let's get a little separation here. Oh, did I get more? No, that's my main menu. Okay. I'm so messy sometimes. Anyway, on the FRX DB dataset, wait a minute, do I already have? Why does it label them 2? Well, go figure. I already had one. Well, that's silly. Okay, let's run this. It's not going to hurt anything. Email list. That's what it was. And you see everybody's here. There's 241 records in here. So let's close this and close the application and open up the report form. Double click this. It's opening up the report designer, and here we go. Well, that's all. I don't have any more fields. Sorry about that. I'll just need to build a bigger database for y'all. Anyway, you see, let's do this. Just for fun, we'll rearrange it just a little bit. Just to show you the report designer in action. And preview that. And there you go. And there's folks down here with emails too somewhere. Here's some. But you get the drift of how this works now. That's all you have to do. When you're done with that, you close it. It saves all your report settings and layout and everything. I close this. We take these off here because they're not needed anymore. And we can tighten this up a little bit. And let's see. Oh, let's try a different style. Project options appearance. I want to see what glow looks like. I haven't tried that kind of thing in a while, so glow. It's probably ugly. Whoop, need to change this. Save. Run. Yeah. It's kind of black and white. But I know there's people out there that like this kind of style. VCL style. So I'm not going to poo-poo it. Use whatever you like. And like I said, there's a previous tutorial on here about you can add a lot of styles to your application through the project options menu. And see how this it all works the same way. It's just the style is different. But you can save a whole lot of application styles and then give them like a menu option or a nice dialog that has them pick the style they want to try, and save that to the registry and set the style to the style they've selected, and it updates the application. It may have restart the application. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that tutorial again. I've slept since then. So anyway, um, you get my drift. You can save that to the registry, and so every time they start the application, it starts with their selected style. They're not forced to accept something that you've selected, and uh, there's no other options. So that's very fun. You can also, if you work with copies of databases from time to time, and you need the same application uh, to connect to a copy of your database, so of course all the fields and everything have to be the same. It has to just be a real copy of the database that the application is built with. You can save the path information to the database, to the registry, or an INI file, and they can navigate to a copy of the database and launch that right from the application itself, and use the copy. I would think that would be more for an administrator, a database administrator, to work with copies. You don't want people making all kinds of weird copies and stuff. Anyway, there's that. So I'm going to figure out what we're going to do next on this application. Probably look at relational tables, because it is a relational database, and maybe do some SQL. How about that? So I will see you in the next tutorial. And again, this is Robert Davis. I hope you have a very great week, and Godspeed.